Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to another card making video. So today we're taking another look at the Simply Cards and Papercraft issue 211. This is the Alpine Village, and what we're going to do is take a look at all of the free downloadables that you can get from the Simply Cards and Papercraft website. So it's just advertised in here, it tells you where to go. I have shown you in previous videos how to download this. If you do want a little bit more of a tutorial, then leave me a comment down below and I can most certainly do a video just dedicated to that. So I have printed everything that was a free download with this particular magazine, and we're going to start with the patterned paper. So there was 24 patterned paper in here, so there's lots of different colours and there's 3 varieties in each colour. So you can see here you've got just a plain with just a tiny bit of sort of watercolour almost texture. You've got a sort of snowflake patterned paper, and then you've got sort of pattern papered with the stars on it. So lots of versatility in here. Some really beautiful colours, not sort of your traditional kind of wintry colours, but I do think there are some really fabulous colours in here with the fuchsia and that dark blue, but also then those pastel colours as well. So they're a really great free download. The other thing that they've got, and they've got quite a lot in this particular magazine, is different kinds of card templates and projects. So here we've got a stepper card template. This has got all of your measurements, all of the cut and fold lines you can follow. You've got a centre step card template, a side stepper. So really lots of different kinds of inspiration in here. We've got a pillow box template, and it tells you if you need to cut 2. Again, got all of your dimensions on there. You've got a pop-up box. This one would be perfect for creating winter scenes using your stamps. We've got a shadow box. This comes on 2 pages. You've got the front, the back, and then those sort of scene builder pieces in the middle as well. We've got a Bendy card template. We've also got a bridge card template. So again, then all of the instructions and inspiration is actually in the magazine to be able to use this. You've got the one that holds the tea light. You've got some sentiments that you can sort of go along with. You've got a 3-sided cracker in there. We've got a Peekaboo gift card holder, again with all the measurements, and then you've got your honeycomb bauble as well. So again, tons and tons of inspiration in here. So let's get started on what we're going to create today. So this is the first time that I've created any sort of card like this. I really wanted to give it a go. I love the concept of this bendy card, and then it's going to have the sort of stamped images. You can fussy cut along the top of it, and that is going to be sort of a really great focal point of the card. So what I decided to do was to actually cut out this template and use it to be able to draw around on my patterned paper, so I can really kind of get the right size. There are dimensions on here, so you could kind of make this for yourself really easily. I just decided to cut it out because I was then cutting off the dimensions. I then just decided to handwrite them inside the template, and then I can keep this then just for future reference. And then for the bits along the top that you're going to stamp, I then just fussy cut around the top of those. So I did take a piece of patterned paper that I printed. So this is the purple with the sort of snow background. So it does actually say on the template to draw and stamp on the white side. So this does call for a single, if you're using patterned paper, but to use a single-sided pattern, not a double-sided pattern paper, just for this particular kind of design. So you can see that on the back now, I'm just drawing around this template. So I'm not bothering to draw around the houses, but I am kind of leaving that gap so I know where I'm going to stamp. I can then cut this out exactly the same as what I did for my template, and then but I am going to leave that sort of top section where I am going to be stamping my images. I've left that attached for the moment because I am going to fussy cut those afterwards. So I'm going to pretty much end up with exactly the same as my template. So now we can go ahead and start stamping our images. So you can see sort of roughly where the line is going to be, and I'm going to stamp kind of just on that line, just very slightly below it, and then that is going to be then our arms. That's going to fold across the front, and that's going to give us that sort of stepper look and then build up our scene. So I'm just going to go across sort of kind of using the sort of layout that they've done on the template because it's roughly kind of the same. I don't fit as much in, but I'm okay with that. I'm just using it as a guide. So this is the first time I've ever created a kind of card, a concept card like this. So what I'm going to be creating here really is not going to be anything polished or kind of finished to that, you know, like I normally make my cards. This really is just a sort of have a go, have a play around, work out exactly how it works, what I need to do in what order, and the things I need to kind of remember, because I do make sort of 2 pretty big mistakes, even though I'm following the instructions and everything. I do make 2 mistakes while creating this. So when I come to then create this properly for a proper card, then I know to sort of keep those things in mind. So the first kind of mistake that I make is in the instructions, it does tell you to stamp an extra row of houses and trees on a separate piece of cardstock. Well, I didn't do that. I sort of misread the instructions, and you can see here that on that middle panel, I've actually stamped them on this. So this is going to be the wrong way round because we're bringing our arms the other way. So you're not going to see these. I did end up then fussy cutting them as well, which meant then I couldn't sort of restamp the images or anything like that. So I do kind of fix that. But again, this is the kind of mistake I want to make now, where I'm just playing and having a go rather than using kind of, you know, all my best cardstock. I don't want to spend ages sort of colouring and things like that. I just want to have a go. The next time I come to create this, I know to remember, actually, no, that's wrong. I need to stamp this on an extra piece of cardstock. So I always think if you're creating something that you've never made before, it's always worth just having a little go, just with scraps and things to begin with, just so you don't kind of, you know, waste any of your good supplies or anything like that, and just really sort of get it fixed in your head so you know exactly what it is that you need to do. So you can see that I fussy cut that middle section, but then when we bring them the arms around the front, obviously now my stamped images are on the other side. So the way that I rectified this is I just cut an extra piece of cardstock just from the scraps. You can see I just sort of lined it up as best as I could. You don't really notice even on the finished product, but now I know that I need to get that extra piece of cardstock and then use that to stamp an extra row at the back. So you can see kind of how this is coming together, and I am actually really loving this kind of concept card. This is definitely something I'd like to try again, and like I said a minute ago, obviously that's why if you do it first just to have a go at it, it means now next time when I come to use my good stuff, like I said, obviously I'm going to do it right that time. So this middle section I'm just popping onto some foam pads that help just give the card again a little bit extra dimension. So I'm just going to put that just so you can see that sort of section popping out from the sort of larger arm section. So the next sort of big mistake that I make is I didn't think about the slots that I need to create for my tabs that's going to hold these arms in place. So you did see me obviously put some big foam pads down, so because this never sort of crossed my mind before I put those foam pads on there, the place that I need to put my slot for my tab is directly over one of these foam pads. So definitely when you come to do it next time, when I come to do it next time, I need to remember that I need to work out where I want to put my slots before I attach anything down. I need to create those slots and make sure they're just in the right place, make sure they're the right size to get the tabs in as well. You can do them so you've got loads of dimension, you could do them so you don't have too much dimension, but that is definitely something you need to think about before you sort of construct any of this together. So I'm just then creating the final tab on the sort of larger arm. That's then going to slot in the tab from the smaller arm. And that's then going to create our sort of stepped scene. And I really, like I said, I really love how this has come together. I do love this concept. So the last thing I wanted to do, just to kind of finish this off, is you can see that I did colour in these houses and the trees. I literally just used some colouring pencils. I'm just popping on a sentiment that was in this stamp set, so Walking in a Winter Wonderland. So I'm stamping that on the front. So again, I'm just trying to work out, where to stamp things, how to add extra details. You can see I added those extra trees that I've seen in the magazine, and that really finishes it off nicely. So you could put this onto a blank card base. You could just pop this onto a piece of white cardstock, and you could write on the back of that if you wanted to give it as an actual card. So that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's given you a little bit of inspiration, maybe to go over to the Simply Cards and Papercraft website, have a look at all of the downloadables and have a go at printing and just have a play generally. So maybe you want to have a go at creating something different like I have today, and you might find something that you absolutely love. So that is it for today. If you do like this video and you like this project, then please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so you don't miss out on any future videos. I am about 100 subscribers away from being able to monetize my channel, so if you are watching this and you aren't currently a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button to just help me move forward a little bit. In the description box down below, you'll find links to all the products that I've used in today's video, and I've also started a brand new blog as well, so there will be a link to that down below. So if you want to check that out, that is very much appreciated. So that's it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching and happy crafting.